Hi guys, so today we're going to be talking about something that kind of happened in my life recently that I kind of think could potentially, will affect other people. Not that long ago, I applied for uni because I finished college and I applied to do a veterinary nursing course because that's all I've wanted to do since I've been a kid. So I applied, I went to the interview stage. I worked so hard for it. I worked really hard for it. I revised a lot. I revised all the different things because we were given an instrument to revise, just general questions, and then about given a job prospectus so we knew about the job, and then they'd ask you questions about it. And I worked really hard on it, especially with the instrument, because you have to write about it and remember it. And we were given like 4 or 5 different instruments, and you didn't know which one you were going to get. Like, two of my friends had already been for the interview stage. One of them had got in, and one of them hadn't. So I was kind of like, I'm kind of late to this, I did the interview. I thought it went really well. I was quite impressed with myself. Because of how much I'd written, because I had a little bit of a stumble when I kind of was talking about the job role, and then I kind of was like, I got back on my, 30 seconds, I was alright. I kind of was like, whatever happens. I didn't have a backup. That was one thing I need to just point out. I didn't have a backup. I didn't have a backup uni because for personal reasons I don't feel like I'm ready to leave home yet. I don't want to because I don't feel like I'm ready. So I kind of, I didn't have a backup. I was like, if it's basically all or nothing, and it ended up being nothing. I ended up getting rejected from the course, and I didn't really know what to do because I'd put all my eggs in one basket and I didn't know what to do now. So basically today's video is going to be talking about how to deal with getting rejected from uni. What a sad subject. So originally when I first got rejected, I felt really sad because I didn't have a backup. If I'd have had a backup, maybe I'd have been like, okay, we can do something with this, I guess. So there was a lot of tears because I didn't get it. I was like, why haven't I got it? I got feedback from the head of veterinary nursing, and I just kind of was like, oh, because I was told that I didn't have enough passion for the role for that role. I was like, well, I don't see how I could have portrayed more passion, but then again, in their eyes it could have been different. So I also felt quite disappointed because I thought I worked really hard for it. I'd revised so much. I tried to know the role as best I could. Like, I worked so hard in my veterinary nursing, in my animal nursing lessons in college, I'd worked so hard. So, and I should have had a backup plan because then, this wouldn't have gone down like it did, But I felt conflicted because then people were telling me that I had to find something else to do. But for years, when I've been passionate about veterinary nursing and about treating animals and about helping them when they're sick, to be told that you need to find something else to do was upsetting because I'd not thought about doing anything else for a long time. So I couldn't get myself in the mindset to think about doing something else. I couldn't open my mind enough to sit and think, do you know what, I will go and do something else. And life's taken me in this way for a reason, clearly. So I felt like I'd let people down, especially my dad, because he wanted this for me and I wanted it for me. And then I'd heard people talking kind of behind my back about, oh, if you really cared, then you would have applied to other unis. It was dumb that you didn't do that. I kind of was like, whoa, it was my decision to go in at the deep end, and I did, and it didn't pay off. We're all going to make mistakes like this. It's a learning curve. But they were like, some people just kind of being plain rude about it that I'd like not tried, and I'd worked so hard for it, but I had to get over it in my own time. And you know, the space between getting rejected, I think I got rejected I did the interview in March, I think, and then I got rejected. They didn't even tell me properly. That was the problem with, because I was already studying at a university at college level, but it was within a university. So the university didn't let me know when they should have done. So I waited and I was like not hearing anything, so I kind of worried about it. So I spoke to my lecturers and they chased it up, and I like, you know, and that's when I got my no. And I kind of like was at a point where I was kind of like, well, I even emailed my lecturer, and I was over dramatic of me to say that I was like, I feel like my life is kind of over now because I haven't got a backup plan and I don't know what to do. So I was advised to just chill out and calm down, because the world isn't over because you've just been rejected, you know. So after the initial shock had wear off that I got rejected, I spent a lot of time thinking and worrying about, you know, what, you know, now I've got nothing to do, what can I do, you know. And I kind of spent a lot of time avoiding it as well. Like, I spent weeks and weeks avoiding it. So one thing they had done for me is they'd offered me a place on an animal biology degree, which I kind of thought, well, I don't want to do animal biology. What do I want to do with animal biology? It's not vet nursing. So I was like, I pushed that aside. I pushed everything aside and just left it. I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to just do anything towards uni or go anywhere. I didn't want it. So I kind of avoided it as much as I could, because that was something that I was kind of like, just leave it. I don't want to talk about it. Especially with my dad, I didn't want to talk about it because I felt like we were only going round in circles. So with the animal biology, there was a time limit where I could accept it or decline it. And I ended up speaking to a team at my college that helps with employment and moving on to uni. And I ended up speaking to them about what do I do, because this place that I've got is going to like not be there anymore if I don't accept it. And I wanted some kind of reassurance that I'd actually have a place on a course. So I accepted this place on this animal biology course, knowing that I didn't want it, but just kind of in case I did. I ended up talking to the employment team a lot, and I ended up talking to my lecturers a lot about, I don't really know what to do now, I'm a bit stuck, help. Because that's one piece of advice that I will lay down now. Talk to your lecturers. I had an amazing experience with my lecturers over the 2 years I was at college, and they were all incredible. Like, if I have a problem at uni, I'd still probably go to them because I'm at the same uni. So were incredible people that I kind of just was like amazed at. So I was like talking to them, talking to the employment team, because I just didn't know what to do with this place that I'd got now. And you know, they were willing to sit and listen, like I was going through all the troubles as well, and like they were willing to just sit and listen and understand that I didn't know what I was doing with myself now. I actually went to a lot of open days at the uni to look at animal biology and to look at if there was any other courses that I could do that would make me happy, because it was about not knowing what job I'd want to do now, because it's not over. If I wanted to do vet nursing still, I could, because I spoke to the head of vet nursing and she said that there was this guy that had applied 4 times and got rejected 4 times after the interview, and he finally got on this year. It didn't give me a lot of hope to hear that somebody had tried 4 times and got rejected, but it meant it wasn't over. I went to open days, listened about animal biology, and decided that animal biology really wasn't for me. The topics, it was essentially the topics that were really making me question whether I was wanting to go for an honours degree in animal biology. And it's okay to decide that I didn't. So, you know, another tip is don't just do the first thing you accept. So I really hadn't got my heart set on animal biology. After looking at the topics, it was really difficult because some of the subjects that they teach at degree level, I was struggling with at college level. So I decided that animal biology really wasn't for me. After going to open days, listening to lecturers, talking to the lecturers on the animal biology degree, I really chose that it really wasn't for me. So I decided to look at another course, which was a foundation degree in animal science. It really, I thought the topics appealed to me. The way that they were talking, it was really nice. You know, it sounded like a good course. My friend who'd also applied to another course who'd got rejected herself had been put on animal science. So at least I know somebody going into animal science. So I decided to ring up the uni and change onto animal science, which I am actually starting next week. I'm nervous to say the least because I still don't know what I want to do. I wanted to be a lecturer at college degree, the course I've just done, but I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure if I've really got the skills to do that job. Maybe I want to go into animal training dog training, because I really like the psychology aspect of it and the behavioural aspect of dogs. So I don't really know what I want to do. Vet nursing is still not off the table. I have a 2-month clause where I can leave if I don't like it, and you know, I can still go on and do vet nursing in a year's time if I wanted to. Another tip is don't give up hope. It's not over. Like, you could do it now, you could do it in 40 years' time. It's not over. And I'm only just learning this now. I had Shannon telling me all the time, Emily, you could go and do this in years and years. You could do this whenever. Don't write it off as it's over, because I now know it's not. Like, there's other ways of doing it as well. There's apprenticeships. There's, you know, all different ones. I mean, a vet nursing apprenticeship, hard to come by, but you know, it's still possible. And it's okay to be emotional and not know what to do when it comes to getting rejected from uni. It's alright to not know what you want anymore. I always felt like people were trying to get in my head to say that I didn't want to do vet nursing anymore, I don't want this. But I don't know now what I want to do, because I not that I feel like people have got in my head anymore. I just kind of feel like I'm not sure where life's taken me in this way for a reason, clearly, but I don't know what it means for me anymore. So I'm taking it one step at a time at uni now in animal science, and maybe I'll discover that I want to do something completely different that I never thought I'd want to do. So I think it's only up from here, really. Surely it can't get any worse. That's kind of my experience with getting rejected from uni. It doesn't happen to a lot of people, but on the odd occasion that it does, you don't really know how to feel. And I've experienced it, so, you know, why not share it with people? You know, it might help somebody, it might not. You might not watch this. So yeah, that's it really. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I have a new Twitter because Twitter deleted my Twitter, but that's fine. You know, I only had that for years. So yeah, I'll see you sometime. Bye.